Hello boys and girls, and welcome to your modelling tutorial today with jumping clay. My name is Tanya and I'm sure many of you may have seen me before. You may have made models with me at your summer scheme last year, or maybe even at school, after schools, or at birthday parties. So I'm going to be teaching you at home today how to mold a model from anything that you've got. So it doesn't have to be modeling clay. It can be any type of dough you may have in the house, or putty, or plasticine, or you may even have made your own dough from recipes that you've got online. So as long as you've got something that you can squeeze and mold and make into different shapes, then you're going to be able to take part today. So this is what we're going to show you how to do today. This is a little worm crawling through an apple, and my little guy is colourful, so there's lots of colours. So even if you've got a dough that's just one colour, or a clay that's just one colour, that's okay, because what we're going to focus on is just making the different shapes that we can then put together to make our little creation. Okay, so this particular lesson today is designed for our younger boys and girls, so maybe age 4 to 7, and I'm sure you've got an adult with you, so if you need any help, you can just ask whoever it is that's with you to give you a hand. So boys and girls, for you to be able to see really closely with my hands and how I'm working, I'm going to just flip my camera now round so that you can see the table and you can see how I'm going to make the shapes. So we'll just do that now. Okay, so we've got our little worm and our apple, and these are going to be the shapes that we're going to use to make this little guy. So the first of our shapes is this one, and this is a nice round circle or a ball. And boys and girls, I am going to show you how to make a ball. So we are just taking whatever we've got, and we use 2 hands to roll round and round like so. So we've got a nice ball. Then the next shape is this one, and this is a sausage or a cylinder. So this one's called Sally sausage. So to make a sausage, first of all, we make a little ball, and then we roll back and forward to make a little sausage. And the third shape is our raindrop. This is daisy drop. And to make a raindrop, we roll a ball first, and then we very gently roll back and forward on one side like this. Okay, so those are the 3 shapes that we're going to make with our Mr. Worm today. So if we have a closer look, if we take our raindrop shape, where can we see the raindrop? So we've got a little leaf on here, and that's where we're going to use the raindrop shape. We've got our little sausage, our little Sally sausage, and you can see a little sausage on the stalk of our apple, and little eyebrows here. So those are just tiny little Sally sausages which are going across the top of the eyes. And then everything else, we're going to use the ball shape. So we've got a nice round red ball for the apple, and then we've got lots of balls joined together to make our little worm and his head. And then we've got a little red one for his nose, and then some little black and white ones for his eyes. Okay, so we're going to make our apple first. So I'm going to take a piece of my clay, and I'm going to take a piece just about the size of a ping pong ball. Okay, so this is a ping pong ball. So I'm just going to make a ball from my clay. I'm going to roll round and round, maybe a little bit smaller than a ping pong ball, and I'm going to set that there. And the next part that I'm going to make on my apple is going to be the stalk and then the leaf. So I'm going to take a little pinch of my green clay. And remember, if you don't have coloured clay or dough and it's all one colour, that's okay. Because it's just the shapes that you're going to learn how to make today. So I've just taken a little pinch of green clay. I've rolled it in a ball, first of all, with my finger. And then I'm going to make it into a little sausage, just like this. Okay. And then I'm going to just poke it in the top, just like so. Okay. Then I'm going to make the leaf next. So I'm just going to take another little pinch of my green clay. I'm going to make a little ball, because we always make this ball shape first of all. So I've got my little ball, and then I need to make it into a raindrop. So this is a small raindrop, so we can use our hand to roll on one side, or just our finger by rolling back and forward. So boys and girls, this might be the one where you might need to get some help. If it doesn't work out first time, just get it, roll it up, and have another little go. So I'm just gonna roll back and forward. I've made my little raindrop. I'm going to give it a little squash down with my finger. And then you can use, if you've got a little plastic knife or something, you can make some little lines in it to make some little leaf prints. So I'm just going to make some little lines like this to make it look like a little leaf. And I'm going to pop that on the side like so. So it's, my little apple is complete. And now I'm going to make Mr. Worm. Okay, so my worm has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little pieces. He's got 5 pieces here, and then his little head is squashed down. So I'm going to make a brighter green here with my clay. Again, you can use whatever you've got, doesn't matter what colour it is. I'm just going to mix this through, get it a nice bright green colour, and then I'm going to make 6 little balls to make my worm. Okay, so that's our clay all mixed for a nice bright green. And I'm going to take 6 pieces. So just take off 6 little pinches. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Okay. And I'm going to roll each one into a ball. So round and round we go. Make a nice little ball. So round and round we go. The little ball. And we'll roll all of them up. And if these aren't all the same size, it doesn't really matter. You can make smaller ones near the end of the worm if you want, and maybe a bigger one for the head. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to put the 3 pieces together to make the bottom half of the worm. So I'm going to join probably the smallest ones that I've got here, 1, 2, 3 together. And then I'm just going to stick these on this side like that. So this is the bit that's coming out of the bottom. And then I'm going to take my next 3 pieces like this. I've joined them together. And I'm going to press the top one with my finger and thumb to make his little face like that. And then I'm just going to stick this part up here. So it looks like he's gone, he's eaten all the way through the apple. Okay, now our little worm needs to see, so we need to give him some nice big googly eyes. So we're going to take, I'm going to take some white, and I'm going to roll 2 little circles. So just a pinch 1 and 2, and I'm going to roll these up. 1, and 2, just like this. And I'm just going to give them a little squish. 1 and 2, like so. And I just pop these, I'm putting them kind of right up at the top, like so. And then I need to make his pupils, the black parts that go into the middle of his eyes. So these pieces are going to be smaller. So I'm going to just take some tiny, I'll take a pinch and then I might cut it in half. And then I know it's going to be smaller than the white part. So rolling round and round the garden like this. And if you find you've made it a little bit too big or a little bit too small, you can just take off however much you need just to adjust it. And we'll give it a wee press down. And I just pop that on there like this. And then we'll get the other one on here. This one's got one big eye and one small eye, but I like that. He looks a little bit derpy on there. Okay, so we've got his eyes are on. Then I'm going to just get a pencil or anything at all that you can use to poke a little hole in the middle of his face to make his mouth. So you can see I've made a little mouth on there. He looks a little bit shocked. And then I'm going to give him a little nose. So I'm going to take a little piece of the red clay that I had for my apple. I'm going to roll a little ball and I'm just going to pop that above his mouth and underneath his eyes like so. And then I'm going to give him some eyebrows. So his eyebrows are going to be little mini sausages, little yellow sausages. So again, I'm going to just take a pinch of yellow clay. So it's a very small amount. And I'm going to cut this into 2 pieces. I'm going to cut this in half. So just cut like this. I'm going to roll a ball, first of all, round and round, round and round. And then I'm going to turn each one into a little sausage like this. So back and forward like so. And then we are gonna just arch these over the top like this. Gonna pop it on, and there we have our Mr. Worm is all complete. Okay, so boys and girls, if you are making your model from clay or something that you want to keep and you want it to harden, then just put it in a safe place and leave it to dry. Or if you're making it from dough or some kind of material that you're going to reuse again, then you can break it up. But I hope you've enjoyed making your worm. You can think of a name for him, and we look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial. Well done, everybody.